Hi guys, it's Olgi. I just wanted to make a quick video on family expectations. I feel like all of us, I'm sure, can relate, unless you don't have a family, which in that case, I'm sorry to an extent, because maybe you're not missing out on too much. But I just want to talk about expectations that your parents or grandparents or family members may have for you that could affect you negatively. And it's a really shitty situation to be in. I think as a new parent, I'm starting to release any expectations I have of my child, of what I want them to be, of what I need them to be, because I feel like there's so many expectations on me for what my parents want me to be and want me to have, and I don't understand it, because it's like, wouldn't you just ask me what you want, what I want? Like, aren't I the one that matters here? Like, not your expectation of what you think I should have. It just, without getting too much into it, my father has an expectation of what I should be doing and where I should be living and what I should be living in. And as most of you know, I'm building a tiny house right now, and he probably has no idea what that is, doesn't understand it. And having a conversation with him, I love you, Dad, sorry, gonna get into some realness here, but getting into a conversation with him, he's like, so is there a second bedroom? And I'm like, well, no, that's not how a tiny house works. You could have a loft, but usually a tiny house is one bedroom. And then he said, well, do you have any plans of building a second bedroom? And at the moment, I don't. And that's not to say that I can't in the future, but as of now, I don't care. Like, I don't need it. And he lost it on me and was so confused to why I wouldn't want a big house. And it's like he was trying to imply that a bigger house means you're going to be happier, or a big house means that you are that's what you have to have. And he loves telling me that whenever I do anything that's not of his liking or his expectation of me, his favorite phrase is not normal. So he loves telling me how I'm not normal. And thankfully, after hanging out with the Psychic Sisters for my Ignite Your Soul retreat about a month or so ago, at this time 2 months maybe, one of the psychics, Angel, told me, she's like, well, you know what, when he says that to you, tell him, well, I'm not normal, Dad, and I like it. And it made me feel so good, because yeah, I've never been normal. My name is not normal. Like, how I grew up wasn't normal. Like, so the idea of normalcy is so different for everybody as well. Like, I know there's like that saying that goes, what's normal for the spider is chaos for the fly. So the concept of normal is to each his own. Like, my life is normal to me because I'm living it. Your life is normal to you because you're living it. To other people, they'd probably be confused. You know, to a billionaire living in a 30-room mansion, the idea of a tiny house is probably so confusing. But that's what I like. So for me, I feel like, to be honest, my dad is very discouraging, and I think it's just, it shows his depression more than it shows anything about me, and it shows how unhappy he must be with himself or his life, that he pushes it upon me. Because you'd think, well, is that the answer that I feel I would give my child if they said, I'm building a tiny house? And if I asked, are you going to have a second bedroom? And they said no, I would then say, is that what you want? And they would say yes. And I'd be like, well, wonderful, like, good for you guys. But instead, he goes on into tell me how I'm not normal, and how that's not normal, and you need the space and you need the room. And It's like, why? So I have another room to clean, so I have more stress on my plate than I already do, that I'm already trying to grow away from and realize the anxieties, and that's why I'm going into a tiny house in the first place. I just want to add, I come from a 3-story house. The house that I sold right before this was a 2-story with a basement, with a huge 2-car garage and a workshop and a shed. I had a large amount of space, and all it did was cause me anxiety, hardcore anxiety, because guess who has to clean that? Guess who has to take care of that? Like, that's too much. I want to go into a small space. So I wish my dad had encouraged me more than discouraged me. And I feel like at this point, that's kind of the path I'm going down with him, is every time I take a step onto a new trail that is not of his liking or expectation, he just discourages it, and he gets upset. He actually gets upset verbally and raises his voice, and it's so confusing to me. One, because I'm an adult, and I'm not saying that to be like higher than him. I'm just saying, like, I've been doing this for a while. I'm like happily married. I have a child. I'm currently pregnant with another. Like, I've been doing this. I've been adulting for a while now. It's not like I'm 19 years old, just moved out of the house, like learning life, which no offense to you guys. It's a learning. Like, I've been learning for a while now, and I'm just, I guess, more surprised than anything that he's so discouraging towards my my goals. But I think I'm realizing it's because he holds these expectations, and I don't understand where these come from, because I'm sure his parents had expectations of him, and he did not do those, and they probably made him feel bad. So I would think that he would not want to put those on his children, but he's definitely putting them on me. And in all honesty, again, this is my channel, this is my truth. I'm sorry, Dad, if you're watching this and this hurts your feelings, but it's true. You know, unfortunately, all our family members do when they put these high expectations and we keep going in a different path, is they just push us away. And that's really what I'm starting to feel with him, is he's just pushing me away to the point where I don't want to call as often. I don't want to update him on what I'm doing, because all I know I'm going to hear is disappointment, discouragement, and why I'm not normal and why I shouldn't be doing it that way, when I'm so excited. Like, I'm beyond happy, and he knows that. He knows that this is the happiest I've ever been in my life, and he can hear the excitement when I tell him an update on our tiny house build, and somehow he's still so discouraging. So that leads me to believe that he's unhappy. And when I bring that up, he doesn't like it. And when I tell him I'm observing things about him, he doesn't like it. And he tells me to stop observing them, which is very hard when you are growing yourself and you're learning yourself and you're trying to heal your own anxieties and your own traumas and your own issues. You can start to really see them on other people. So for anybody out there that has parents, grandparents, family members that are having high expectations of you, you only live this life once and for yourself. I'm sorry, it fucking sucks. And it sucks when you're telling somebody what you want to do and all they do is discourage you and tell you why you're wrong. But keep going. It doesn't matter. Like, this is for you. At the end of the day, the person that you have to live with is yourself. The person that you have to answer to is yourself. We're going to disappoint people along the way. A lot of people along the way. He probably would have wanted me to have a normal job at some 9-to-5 place, and he probably would have wanted me to have a normal house, and his idea of normal. And that seems so boring to me and so lame to me. I don't want to do that. So do you. Do whatever you want. Even if you're going to hurt your parents' feelings or your family's feelings, it doesn't matter. Like, you are the only thing that's important, and that's not selfish. And I grew up thinking that was selfish. And if anything, it's so necessary for your self-growth. It's so necessary for your self-love. It's so necessary for your soul. You need to do whatever you want to do at the end of the day. If that hurts people's feelings, then that sucks. But you matter. You matter more than those people. And that's the truth. And I think that's where it's very hard for us growing up, because we believe that's egotistical. But it's not. It is necessary to live and survive and thrive in this life of ours. And I just want to send you guys some love, some encouragement. If you're doing something that's not normal to your family members, or weird, or out there, or wild, or whatever the fuck phrase that they're giving you, oh yeah, he likes to tell me I'm wrong too, but whatever. Just keep doing you, because at the end of the day, you matter, and your happiness matters, and you deserve whatever your passion or your goals or whatever you've set forward for yourself, or the person you are. This as well goes for people of the LGBT community. You know, if you're feeling like you are not the person that you put the facade that you are, and you have decided that maybe you want to come out, or you just don't want to be this person anymore because this isn't who you are, you do you. Do what is best for you. You matter so much. Don't let other people, especially your family, whom you think should be the ones like having your back through it all, don't let them hold you down. Do not let them oppress you, because you are going to be just as miserable as I'd assume like they are, you know. And that's all that they're showing is their true colors, because if they were truly happy, all they would do is be happy for you. And that's the truth. And that's the kind of expectation that I want to have for my children and future children, is be happy. Whatever you do in life, be a kind person to other people, to animals, to yourself, and do what makes you happy. That is it. That don't hurt people, don't step on people, don't treat people badly, don't treat animals badly, and just be a happy person. Like, enjoy life, enjoy yourself. So yeah, those are my food for thoughts on expectations that your family or friends may have of you. And if you feel discouraged by your family or friends, there's a community on social media of people who will encourage you. For every time your family members discourage you, 5 people will encourage you. So really, really know that if you're putting your energy into your family and they're not giving you what you need in the positive reinforcement and the encouraging, go somewhere else. You don't need that shit. Like, literally, it pushes you away, and that's not a bad thing. I don't think we need to see that as a bad thing. Your family isn't going to be always like 100% perfect and amazing and there for you, and that doesn't mean you have to never talk to them again. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that you have to sit there and take it. Like, you know, all this is going to do for me with my dad is the phone calls will be less, the text messages will be less, the updates will be less, and maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe that's what needs to happen for him to be like, wait, you know, why aren't you texting me or calling me as much as you used to? You know, I don't like that. And if he asks, I will be honest, and I will tell him, you know what, you are quite discouraging, and you seem so unhappy with everything that I do. It's extremely hard to talk to you, and it's extremely hard to be as elated and excited and happy as I am and overjoyed at the experiences and the life that I'm going down, that I don't want to share it with somebody who's just going to be nagging the whole time. And, you know, that'd be like taking a trip with the worst person in the world. Like, that would just be, you guys could be at the most beautiful beach and they're complaining about the sand or the sun. Like, who fucking cares? So don't feel like you have to take it from your family just because they're your family. Because that you don't. And if you feel like you are somebody who's trying to break out of the old person you were and want to be a new person, you know, go for it, because this is the time. This is the time of your life. You deserve it. At the end of the day, it comes down to You deserve happiness, and that's all that matters. And everybody else can fuck off if they're not on that like train with you. They can get the fuck off of it, because you don't need that. Like, you don't want that on your journey. You want people that are going to be encouraging you and you know, helping you out. So really, just if you have anything like that, feel free to jump on social media. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Tumblr, TikTok, Facebook as well. So, but you could reach out to anybody on there. There's such a large community of people, especially if you're dealing with depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, childhood traumas. Please know you're not alone. Please reach out to people, and you will have so many people that you never knew could like love you. And it's really because we're showing you what you should do for yourself, you know, like, I love you because you should love you, as these people would love you because you should love you. And that's all we're trying to spread. But yeah, thank you for listening to my thoughts on expectations, family expectations. I hope everybody has a great day, okay? Au revoir. Bye.